What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be touching upon the current market right now. As you know, if you've been paying attention to the market, we've pretty much been blasting off in price, hitting, moments and levels that we haven't really seen in a long time. And you guys noticed that Bitcoin is actually tested or retested around $9,400 last night. And now we're actually starting to what it appears to be correct back down. So I kind of want to discuss in today's video as to how high the markets could be heading to before they start to correct lower, if we're even due to correct lower, or are we going to start to expand even higher up in the next upcoming days. Also notice that Litecoin and Ethereum seem to be tapping out right now as they are starting to form a kind of a top doji candle right here that does kind of signal a reversal. So that is something I do want to discuss as well in today's episode. We're also seeing some very interesting movements within XRP. I don't want to spoil anything just yet, so definitely make sure to watch the video to the end. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump into today's episode. So as you guys can see, the past couple of days, we've pretty much been following and watching an important bounce that was kind of forming on cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and Ethereum and the other altcoins. You guys noticed the past couple of days, if we just scroll back in my videos, you can see that we were starting to kind of peak downwards. And then as we were coming back down to this uptrend right here, this was the critical spot of retestment. We were expecting and anticipating a small bounce off of the support, then to swing to the upside. So that's what we were following. You can see that's exactly what happened. We're starting to now see that movement to the upside. And then just yesterday, we had our massive bullish breakout all the way up to like $9,400 on cryptocurrency. And now we have to discuss whether or not we are too overbought and are we starting to, consolidate back down, where we're going to be heading after we have this massive movement. So if you guys have been following the series, definitely make sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss out, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any of these important updates as we move forward into the crypto space. Now notice on some of these cryptocurrencies, some very interesting things are going on. Also notice right off the bat that crypto on the top 10 coin market cap, we don't look too bad. We're more or less just consolidating up here at the top right now. And we have to consider whether or not we're going to start to correct back down to the lower, to the downside, or are we going to continue to pump higher as we near some very interesting levels and prices on the market. So just to jump right into the technical analysis aspect, you can see on Bitcoin right now that we are starting to kind of peak right now in regards to where we are and to how high we're moving to. So you can see at around $9,400, we're starting to hit a bit of resistance, which makes a lot of sense, especially when you look at where we are on the relative strength indicator. Due to the fact that we're kind of retesting that overbought level like we saw last time, it does give us reasons to believe we could consolidate back down. Very similar to the last run that we had where we shot all the way up to around $89,000 to $9,000 and then slowly consolidated back down. There's a very high chance we could be doing that same exact thing come the next couple of days where we see some more sideways movement and then a small correction back down to retest support similar like this, and then we see the other break to the upside. So you can consider shorting this. If you are going to do so, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Obviously you guys can take advantage of shorting on DueDEX right here. Highly recommend you sign up. And we'll talk about that a little more a little later in today's video. But you can see when you look at the other altcoins like Litecoin and Ethereum, you'll see what it is that I'm referring to. So very similar. Bitcoin kind of had a little bit more of a burst than we saw compared to the other cryptocurrencies. But when you look at Litecoin and Ethereum, you'll notice a very interesting pattern. So not only are we having that reversal doji up here at the top that we kind of experienced down here at the bottom, but you'll notice where exactly we're hitting resistance. Not only retesting overbought, but we are hitting this previous resistance level at around $60, and you can see just slowly where we've hit it in the past, where it's kind of capped the market. You can see we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost 11 days of sideways movement where we were rejected from this level up here, this uptrend or this resistance, and you can see we're currently retesting that same exact market level. So it's very interesting to see how strong of a resistance this is and whether or not we're going to be able to break bullish outside of here. Honestly, I don't think that with this run we are going to. I think a lot of this is starting to be FOMO buying in, and I think we are going to see some previous history where either we're going to trade out sideways like this or see an immediate correction to the downside before rallying up and breaking through that resistance, eventually retesting some other moves. But I am expecting to see a small dip to the downside, kind of lowering us back down on the RSI, which will then allow us to break up even higher. Same thing goes with Ethereum. Ethereum also capping out in regards to where its candles are. You can see a lot less volume right now as we're starting to die back down, and you can see that same resistance zone is being retested once again. So we have to take a couple of things into consideration. You can see this, this green band right here does show where those resistance levels are here and here. And honestly, I'm anticipating some more short-term recovery, some more short-term corrections to the downside before we see a nice bounce and long shot. Now that's in the short-term trading zone. Obviously, if you're holding on long-term, I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think we are headed up much, much, much higher due to the fact that we are trending in a bullish cross on the MACD. And it looks like with most of the cryptocurrencies, we're headed back up to the high-low MMA, which you could see on DueDEX, on Ethereum. And Coinbase is in between 211 and 310, and the price is currently 170. So I believe we're extremely undervalued for most of the market, and we are going to be needing to swing back up to the upside fairly soon. Short term, I do believe we're going to see some more consolidation. So as you guys know, or the people who haven't watched yesterday's video, I did actually close my position. I made about 70% ROI, which is absolutely amazing. And if you think about things, it kind of covers the previous losses that I've had in trades. So I don't really mind it. Now they are doing liquidations on DueDEX, so that does kind of help so you don't lose out on too much money that you've invested. And honestly, I don't think we're doing too bad. I do believe we're kind of capped right now. You can see where those resistances have hit in the past, where we have right here, this is resistance. Wow, that is not a great color. And then you can see, let's just make this like green. There we go. So this previous resistance is where we're currently retesting right now. And it looks to me like we may correct back down to the downside. That may be a short position for you guys. You can obviously short this with leverage trade, but please do let me know what you think down below. And like I said, the link is in the description if you guys were interested in signing up and messing around with this website. But otherwise, we don't look too bad. I mean, I really wanted to talk about XRP and why I think we could head lower. XRP was very close to being overbought, but you can see the struggle once again that we're having with XRP is we're getting intertwined with the high-low MMA, and we're actually trading below the high-low moving averages. You can see the price is currently hitting this, and once again is having a lot of trouble breaking through here. You can also consider that a lot of the other altcoins are retesting overbought. XRP is having quite a bit of trouble at the same time. It doesn't look good for XRP. It looks like it wants to head back down. So with this mention in mind, you can see when we retested this previously, we broke bearish. There's a very high chance we could do the same thing, retesting here bearish, and we could correct all the way back down to 20 cents. So definitely consider this as an option. Maybe short it. I don't know if you guys are going to hold long. If you are, don't worry about it. But it seems like in regards to short-term trading, the markets look like they need to recover ever so slightly before blasting off to higher levels. If we reference this to the previous time right here, wow, I hate when that happens. If you reference this to the previous time, you can see we did have that small dip where we went from overbought down to a more neutral level, and then we saw some slight consolidation to the upside. So kind of right here, this is where we are kind of looking like right now. If we flash forward to the charts, the price level, you can see where we were up here, we corrected down, and now we're kind of trending sideways as we retest overbought. And then if you swing back to the price that we're looking at right here in 2019, you can see we were overbought right here. We swung downwards, we came back to being overbought, and then we saw just 2 days of consolidation, maybe 3 days of consolidation, but instead of falling lower, we actually shot up higher. So you can see we pretty much stayed at overbought, and then we shot back up inside the overbought market, and we shot all the way up to around 88 on the RSI, which is extremely overextended, but we actually pumped higher after what we looked at. You know, if I was back in 2019 in May and we saw the overbought market right here, I would say don't buy in, because we are, in an overextended territory, and we would wait for consolidation. But if you did wait, you would actually miss out on the massive runs that followed pursuit. So obviously there are better opportunities to get back in to capitalize off the next run, but we have to consider that this right here could be foreshadowing what the price is doing right now, or the price is foreshadowing what happened back in 2019. So there's definitely that very high chance of us to swing up even higher. It's definitely a tough market, and it's hard to predict exactly that, but I do think come the end of or mid of 2020, we are going to see some very high prices. We have some higher lows being set, and it does give us more reason to believe that we're probably are going to be seeing bigger moves come the future. So we may have to disregard the high-low MMA and the RSIs for right now, and we may just consider that maybe we won't consolidate back down and we'll actually just explode back up. So, even if you don't, short the market right now, you could open up a small long and then leverage trade by just a slight amount, because we are going to have some little dips as we head up higher, and you don't want to be liquidated automatically. So honestly, you could expect to see maybe some movement like this. Ultimately, I am bullish, but I was anticipating maybe a small correction downwards and then the bullish run. Or we could just go like this. We could literally just sideways consolidate and then break bullish. Either way, if you had a position open for a long, you'd be making out quite a bit. Or if you just, hold on to a little bit of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency on an exterior wallet, a cold storage wallet, you could make quite a bit too as we head into 2020. Hopefully that answers majority of your questions, guys. If you are still having some questions, definitely make sure to leave it down in the comments below. I'll try to address it in the next video. And make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.